Hi, today I'm working on a 98 Ford Escort SE. We got a problem with the emissions. It failed emissions testing. There was a problem with the PCV valve. Um, as you can see right here, it's already been bridged. What happened is here that it's common break in 90 in most of the Escort series. Um, for the PCV valve hose to wear out and melt away. Now it broke just below the PCV valve itself in the hose, and as a result what had happened was it popped out from the PCV valve. So we're just going to end up replacing the whole valve assembly with the hoses. Now they can be excessively easy to put in. However, they can be a pain in the butt to get out. Sometimes you have to use a little oomph, and then sometimes you have to use even more oomph. Because what can happen is that the rubber housing can not only harden but wear in to the metal valve up here, and sometimes your plastic plug that connects into the PCV valves metal piping here in the hose sometimes tends to get a little stuck. So here we go. Okay, this is the damaged PCV valve hose and the valve itself. It looks like the valve itself right here, as you can see, wore right through. It was tempted to be mended by somebody, and as I had stated earlier, there was a break right down here. So this is just junk. This is nothing now. This is absolutely worthless. There was a lot of sludge built up in there that drained out down onto my driveway. So that's trash. Now you do only really need one tool to do this. Needle nose pliers. That's really all you need. Sometimes when you pull out the old one, the plastic plunge will stay in. Just go ahead and grab that with your needle nose pliers. I'll show you. Right here. Okay. Right there, that's our plastic plunge. It's real easy to get out. Sometimes you just gotta pull it real good. It's alright if you slip off. We're getting rid of it anyway. I'm gonna set the camera down so I can get a better grip on it. Well, it doesn't want to let me focus in, so. But, this is wasn't really that bad. Like I said, I just had to cut it right here and then pull it off. So, that was all junk. And as I said, the plastic tubing part had broken, and that's why it separated and eventually wore out on the tube. When I pulled it out, all the sludge started spilling out onto the driveway. It's not a big deal. I really didn't care about that. It'll eventually disappear. So, clean this up here a little bit. This is what the new PCV valve looks like. Bring you in close so you can take a look. this is your PCV valve right here. It's your lower tubing. Right down in there is your plastic piece right here. Fits down into the metal pipe down there. Connects up into the metal tubing into the hose. Up to the PCV valve. Then to the upper hose assembly, where there's another metal tubing that connects into the plastic PCV valve here, and then into your intake right here. Once you get it back on, this is right down there. That's just an easy hand press fit. The plastic piece down at the bottom. It's real easy to put in. It's not a big deal at all. And then up here for where your hose assembly goes into the intake, it already came with the replacement already came with a new pin, but I still used the original pin that was here with the original piece. I just fitted it right on top of the new tube, and once I installed that, the check engine light went off. But however, you still do need to do your drive cycling so that the computer can reset. It's going to take several drive cycles, turning the car on and off, driving it around town, driving it on highway, things like that. It does take a little while for the computer to reset, even though your check engine light will go off. If it doesn't go off right away, that's fine. It's because you have to do your drive cycling so that the computer can reset. Now, the part altogether from the, you cannot get the entire hose assembly along with the PCV valve from an auto parts store. Napa, Advance, AutoZone, they're going to carry the PCV valve itself. It's just a little plastic piece, and they usually carry it for $2-3, which is not very bad at all. But none of them have the hose assembly kit where you get your lower and your upper hose along with the metal tubing. None of them carry it. That's a dealer part. You do have to go to the manufacturer for that. Since this is a 98 Ford Escort, I just went up to the nearest Ford dealership, told them what I needed, and altogether it's before taxes is $40, so it's not really that bad at all. Now, if you just need like a lower hose, you can buy it separately from the dealer. You don't have to get the entire assembly. If you just have a break on your lower hose line with the metal tubing, you can just repurchase that from the dealer, and then it just snaps right into the PC valve itself. Same thing with the top assembly. Now, there really isn't any, shall we say, recommendation from the manufacturer on when the PCV valve should either be cleaned or replaced. Now, you can take it off and clean it. It just pops in and pops out. It's real easy. But why deal with the hassle of popping it out and cleaning it? As I said, as long as your tubing is good, just go up to AutoZone, Advance, or Napa. It's $2-3. Just buy a new one, pop it in, you're good to go. And as I said, if your tubing breaks, you have to go to the dealer. There's no other way around that unless you want to go to a junkyard, but at a junkyard there's no guarantee the condition of the part to begin with, and you could just be getting a lemon. So that's how we change out the PCV valve and hose assembly, and basically same procedure if you're just changing out the lower or upper hose assembly or the PC valve itself. They pop in and out, and this way you can save yourself $65 for the part and an hour's worth of labor at a mechanic. You know, altogether, I'd say, you know, depending on your mechanic, if you know what their hourly rate is, even just minus hourly rate plus they're minusing their markup on the part, you know, I save myself half the cost already just doing it myself. And as you saw, it takes minutes to do. Um, yeah, you can get a little hung up on some worn in pieces, but it's not that big a deal. As I said, if this is worn in up here on the rubber hose on the intake, either you can tear it off with your needle nose pliers, or just go get a box cutter, slice it down the center of that, and then take it off, because you're going to reuse it anyway, so don't worry about destroying it. And for the bottom, it's a press fit. You just press it right in, hand tight, and just make sure it goes all the way in, and then you can pull it right back out if you need to. If you have a little trouble getting it in by hand, though, getting it flush, you can go get yourself a flathead screwdriver and use that to help push it down if you can't get your hands all the way in. Really, that's all there is to it. There's nothing else I can tell you about the PCV valve and PCV valve hose assembly. So go ahead and save yourself some money and put it in yourself. And thanks for watching, and drive safe.